Hi guys. Okay, today's video is going to be a product review of sorts. This Christmas I asked Santa for a Sodastream and he delivered. Or was it my girlfriend who I asked and Amazon delivered it? Anyway, I got a Sodastream for Christmas, a Sodastream plate. Now, the primary reason I wanted one of these is to make sparkling water, fizzy water. You can make flavoured drinks with these, but I had one as a kid. I had one of these when I was a kid. They were all the rage one Christmas. I got one and you could buy, I think they were branded drinks, or maybe they were knockoffs, I think they were actually branded. You could buy Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Tizer, all sorts of things, generic cream sodas and lemonade, and we tried them and they didn't really taste anything like the brands they were supposed to. We ended up mixing them all together, making some, I guess probably some really good concoctions and some really awful ones. And yeah, I think the novelty wore out before the gas canister did. It ended up in a cupboard, and that was, well, it was before the days of recycling and everything we have now. It probably ended up in landfill, to be honest. I have no idea where it is. But more recently, I haven't missed that at all, the flavoured drinks. You can still get the flavoured things to put in these, but all I was interested in really is flavoured water. And I got some so we can compare it. We'll make some fizzy water, some sparkling water, and try it out compared to some Shopmore branded stuff. There's nothing wrong with this, it's just a pain lugging it home from the shops. We drink quite a bit of it. I get sent to carry it home from the stores. To buy with multi-packs, it's heavy. So yeah, hopefully where the new Peckham Springs and we can have fizzy water on tap, we can turn tap water into fizzy water. I suppose if we want mineral water, sparkling mineral water like this is, we can get a bottle of still mineral water. But I don't know why we bother. Why would we do that? We just buy the sparkling mineral water. But you could make sparkling mineral water yourself. But also the other thing I've been told you can do, well, I looked online. The original reason these were invented back in 1903 was for alcoholic drinks. They were invented by a gin company here in London, or not this particular machine, but the forerunners to it. The original Sodastream machines were invented by a gin manufacturer, gin distillery here in London, to provide, it wouldn't have been tonic water, it would have been for the gin and tonics of the day, but it wouldn't have been tonic water, it would have been soda water. So you could carbonate your own water at home. Apparently the royal family had one of the original ones. They were more a commercial machine. The ones for consumers for home use didn't really come about until the 1950s. But I guess in the turn of the century, people had kitchen staff, and it would have been put in the gentry of the day's kitchens to make soda water. Tonic water is slightly different for gin and tonics, but having said that, you could make the soda water. We still could. The difference between tonic water and soda water, so just fizzy water, is it has a syrup in it, sugar mixed with quinine, which is quite a bitter tasting. It was malaria medicine. That's how it came about. When the British went off to India, wherever they went, when there was malaria present, the cure was quinine, which comes from the bark of a tree. And rather than just take their medicine, they mixed it with their ration of gin, sugar, and some water, topped it up with some water to take their medicine, and they got a taste for the medicine, more like the taste for the gin. But yeah, that's where the tonic water comes from. It's actually a small dose of the anti-malaria medicine. A tiny dose though, small enough to get the flavour, but not big enough to get nowhere near big enough to get either the anti-malarial properties or anti-cramp properties. More importantly, the side effects. Anyway, I'm talking about malaria. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, sparkling water. So this was invented, the predecessor to this was invented in 1903 for booze, for alcoholic drinks, to make gin and tonics, to make soda water for cocktails. Then they made the home machines, and you could get the sugar syrups to make flavoured drinks, probably still more along the cocktail route. And then more recently, in the 70s and 80s, they became hugely popular, and you could get the sugar syrups to make fizzy carbonated children's drinks. More recently, I think it was bought by Cadbury Schweppes, changed owners a number of times, bought by Cadbury Schweppes. Production stayed here in the UK. More recently it was purchased by an Israeli company. It moved to Israel, production moved to Israel. It's become incredibly geopolitical now, just because of its location primarily. As a brand, apparently according to the internet, Scarlett Johansson was a brand ambassador for Oxfam, who were boycotting companies based in Israel, products being imported from Israel, and she changed from being a brand, she resigned as a brand ambassador, I think it was Oxfam, I'll double check, you can check online, and quit and became brand ambassador for Sodastream based in Israel, who the other ones were boycotting. But she felt they were, from within Israel, they were helping to build bridges between the West Bank and Israel, rather than the opposite, and she felt boycotting them wasn't the right move. And I have no idea whether she did the right thing. I have no idea about the geopolitics of the whole thing. It's just what I read in one paragraph on the internet. But what I do know is she'll probably have more success working with companies within Israel and the West Bank for change than protesting from outside. It's the more difficult and challenging route, so good luck to her. But anyway, how did I get onto geopolitics from fizzy drinks? Don't talk about politics or religion or Israel, which combines both, and the West Bank on YouTube. It's a bad idea. So back to Sodastream. What was I talking about? If booze. Hopefully we can carbonate wine. If not, I'll make some tonic water for my gin and tonics. But I've looked online, and apparently there are some challenges with carbonating anything other than water. The machine's not designed for it. You void your warranty if you stick anything other than water in it. And there are videos on YouTube of kids trying and having, well, they say explosions, not quite the machine exploding, but they do end up creating gas particles. They sort of turn it into a rocket propelled projectile pretty much. It all ends in tears. But anyway, we're going to give it a go. So if this is successful, I'll be able to turn cheap plonk into fake champagne. If we're unsuccessful, I'll have the makings of a viral video and a real mess. So fingers crossed either way. Right, so before we start making stuff, let's unbox it and see what we've got in the box. We also got a spare cylinder sent. I think this will make 60 litres apparently, depending on how much you carbonate it. And these, you can recycle these, you can take them back, swap them out, or send them back and swap them out. So getting one of these is going to be far easier. Plus I can get them delivered from Amazon. Getting one of these is going to be far easier than carrying 60 litres in bottles of water. And I've got some spare bottles. So also the bottles are reusable. They do advertise this on kind of an environmental basis, saying it's not cheaper if you use the concentrates. I don't think it works out any cheaper than going and buying water. It doesn't work out any cheaper. It certainly doesn't work out any cheaper than going and buying a can of Coke or another fizzy drink. It'd be cheaper to go and buy that, but they market it on the recycling and environmental issues. So let's see what we've got. Sodastream Play, quick start guide. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Get your Play drinks maker up and running. So we have in the box a reusable bottle, a gas cylinder, a drinks maker. Install the CO2 sensor, so we have the light on its back. Cold water. Seems pretty straightforward. Okay, you can adjust the fizz. Push down the carbonating block, hold for 1 to 2 seconds. So the more you press it down and the longer, the more fizz you get. And then we can add some flavour if we want. I'm really not interested in the flavoured beer. I tried that when I was a kid and yeah, wasn't into it. I want to see if there's anything in here about putting anything other than water in the machine in case we have a minor explosion. Doesn't really. No. I'm sure it does say it somewhere. You can't put anything in it except water, but I can't find it if it does. Well, going by all the people online, we'll try the wine in a little while, but I did have a quick look at other people doing it, making a mess of it, especially the kid with red wine. But apparently it says basically the denser a liquid is and the higher sugar content a liquid has, the more pressure will be produced when you try and carbonate it. So red wine, I do want to try red wine, but I thought on video the first time I'll try white wine, which is a little bit drier, lower sugar content. But yeah, I think looking at there's an Australian woman who does it with white wine, and she just says you just have to leave it to depressurize a little bit before you release it. Because when the kid does it with red wine, it doesn't actually explode, but it doesn't let it depressurize, it doesn't leave it at all, it just releases the bottle and the thing. The bottle doesn't explode, the machine doesn't explode, it's just when he releases it, the pressure that's behind it, it just turns it into a rocket propelled or gas propelled projectile. It smashes it out of the machine, bounces back, smashes the machine off, clean off, and hits the ceiling. Red wine goes everywhere. I'll put a link below, it's quite funny. It doesn't get hurt. Okay, so this is the Sodastream play. I've got the spare bottle, the can of gas, 60 litres, and the machine itself. Oh yeah, it does say it. That's the focus on that. For your safety, do not carbonate with a bottle that is damaged, has been exposed to heat. Carbonate water only. So we're going to avoid the warranty with our pretty much our first go. Add flavour only after carbonation. Doesn't help for my champagne making. Right, apparently you can only put the gas bottle in this one way. I don't know why, but can you see in there? Now, if you like flat, you can put the gas bottle in. This is something I learned from trying to research the making wine. If you turn it up the other way, that flap comes down and you can't put the gas bottle in. So yeah, it has to be that way. So let's stick the gas in. Does that come off? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Threaded top. And I guess we've got to thread that in the machine. think that's it. We're in. Fingers crossed. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Unscrews. Threads in like so. Right. So I think that's us done. I'll go through this with what does this say? For your safety, do not wash bottle in dishwasher or hot water. So I'm guessing we you don't screw it in, you just press it back and that's it. Right. Let me go and fill this up with tap water quickly, and the first thing we'll do is test the Sodastream fizzy tap water, sparkling tap water, against some bottled mineral water. Back in a moment. Okay, here we go. We've got a bottle load of tap water, the finest Thames water. For those of you not from the UK, English tap water, British tap water is drinkable. They go to great lengths to clean it. So that's it. Just put the bottle in, twist it back. So let's go. Maybe we'll go for light fizz first of all. 2 second blast. See, that was enough. Can't see any bubbles in that one. Okay, so that's a few bubbles in there. I suppose if you like carbonation, let's do the taste test. Okay. See the size of the bubbles compare as well. Okay, that one is the Sodastream. That one there is the shop bought mineral one. That one seems a bit more lively. Maybe we better give it another blast. I see it's getting pretty messy. That was better. Okay, there's the Sodastream. Yeah, they look a bit more similar now. Okay. Yes, Pellegrino tastes more carbonated. Well, when I say taste, it feels more. This one feels more fizzy. I think it needs more fizz. Yeah, that's better. The Yes Pellegrino still tastes or feels more fizzy. Similar. Obviously the Yes Pellegrino tastes more minerally as well. Pretty good, pretty happy with the first results. But yeah, it's going to require a fair old one, the light carbonation thing, whatever they call it, stage 1. It really needs a good blast of carbonation. Right, let's try the wine. Let's put the water down. I saw there's another video online where a celebrity chef, Heston Blumenthal, does. Well, he's a celebrity chef here in the UK. I'm not sure if he gets about around the world, and he does a sort of 80s inspired show. It's on YouTube if you check it out. Excuse me, bubbles. Yeah, he does. He gets a 1980s Sodastream one, the original one with glass bottles, and he gets because he's doing an 80s inspired show. He gets a bottle of Blue Nun, which I don't know how people feel about this around the world, but it kind of gained a sort of naff status here in the UK. It was really big, I think, in the 70s, but really, it's really inexpensive. I mean, this costs a £5, £5.50. I think this bottle costs. It's 750ml. So yeah, it's a pretty inexpensive white wine. I don't remember drinking it. It's supposed to be a medium white wine. It's pretty acidic. But anyway, he does this 80s style thing where he basically goes to Leadenhall Market, it appears, outside the Lloyd's building, and basically tries to get a load of wealthy bankers to try Blue Nun, the Sodastreamed, and compares it to actual champagne and see if they can tell the difference. And most of them prefer the Blue Nun and Sodastreamed. I don't know how much. But I also watched, as I said earlier, I also watched an Australian woman called Cheryl on YouTube who does it and says wait until you release it because this is the one that could explode. Anyway, there we have a whole bottle of Blue Nun. Stand back. Yeah, it looks like it's going to overflow. Reacted very differently to the water. Oh, the fizz is dropping down a bit. What Cheryl from Australia also said, short, sharp blasts. But anyway, what I want to do is compare this to actual champagne. So I've got a couple of champagne flutes. Then have a little blast. So I've got a bottle of actual champagne, award-winning champagne, IWSC Silver Quality Award from 2014. Non-vintage. The #1 in France. Source Impact 2014. Is this even a 2014 bottle though? Well, as a brand they won awards in 2014. This is genuine champagne, not Prosecco or sparkling wine. Brut Grand Reserve. elegant structure, revealing fruit character and unrivaled richness. So let's see, what does the Blue Nun say? Medium white wine. Enjoy this wine fresh and fruity character. It's a soft and well-rounded white wine, perfect with light dishes and simply on its own. German. French. Give this another blast. Wonder if you can put too much. Well, the kid who did the red wine definitely put too much in. Okay. See the bubbles there. Nice and bubbly, quite fine bubbles. Golden yellow. The Blue Nun didn't look so golden. Right, this is the moment of truth. This could be the viral part. Let's move that out of the way. Came out alright. I don't think it puts that much fizzy in. I think we're going to go for gas canisters like there's no tomorrow. So it's impossible to taste. In terms of doing a taste test, they're completely different wines. The champagne is quite dry white wine. The Blue Nun is a medium. It's quite sugary, medium sweet. But really, what I'm really trying to get right is the carbonation, the bubbles. If you can get that right, I can buy a decent dry wine for a lot less than you can buy a decent champagne. I'm also keen to give it a go on the reds. So let's looks less fizzy than before. Hardly any noticeable bubbles in it. I think we're going to have to give it another blast. The thing I was concerned about most is, I remember this as a kid, you think of Sodastream, you think of huge bubbles. You know, like you're drinking Coke. And the bubbles in champagne are quite fine. But it turns out, I've got the other problem. That's going everywhere. There we go. Go and get a cloth. I've had a little spillage. Back in a moment. Okay. And a little mop up, a little spillage. I topped it up with some more white wine so that it was below the nozzle, but that doesn't really seem to make that much difference. It's just not, it doesn't matter. See how I've just pumped it up a little bit more as well. I just don't seem to be able to get the same amount of fizz, both in the water or in the wine. So it's definitely sparkling, but nowhere near as much. Okay, that is the champagne. You can see and that is you can see the constant stream of fine bubbles. That is the Sodastream. It's carbonated, there's bubbles, but not that. I'm guessing that's why when Hester went around giving it to the bankers, a lot of them guessed incorrectly. They guessed the champagne was the Sodastream one, because you would imagine that Sodastream would. Well, I would have imagined that Sodastream would have given you a much bigger hit of fizz, of bubbles. And in fact, you get a much bigger hit of the bubbles from the champagne. It's the same with the water. It just wasn't the Sodastream water just wasn't as fizzy, as carbonated as the shot ball one. I tell you what though, it definitely tastes better. The Blue Nun definitely tastes better having been given a few shots of carbon dioxide in the Sodastream than it did straight out the bottom. It tastes lighter. It's funny that it's full of bubbles, but no, it does. It genuinely. It obviously hasn't made it taste any drier like the champagne, but it does. It has made the addition of the carbon dioxide has given it a. It doesn't smell so acidic either. It's made it fresher, funnily enough. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's not quite champagne, but it has given it a new lease of life. I wonder what happened when I do it to red wine or a decent wine. But anyway, I'm kind of happy with it. It's definitely going to help. I'm definitely going to use it for the sparkling water to save lugging it back from the shops. I think when it comes to the wine, I don't know, maybe I'll try giving it a really good boost, but compared to genuine champagne, it's nowhere near as good, it's nowhere near as effervescent, it's nowhere near as fizzy. I'm guessing it's going to be the same with Prosecco. But yeah, it's definitely brightened up a cheap bottle of Plonk, but nowhere near as good as the real thing. So anyway, I'll stick to the champagne for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, entertaining maybe. I don't know. I hope if you're considering buying a Sodastream for sparkling water, it will save you lugging it home from the shops. The wine made a bit of a mess, not too bad. It didn't have an explosion as they say is possible. I probably avoided the warranty now though, but yeah, it's definitely, it'd be fun if you had people round and you wanted to jazz up some cheap Plonk. But yeah, it's not going to turn wine into champagne, no way. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!